And I am actually gonna turn off the music because I am gonna be uploading this to YouTube, the pack opening. I'm gonna start grabbing more stuff from my Twitch streams and putting them on YouTube. It's just easy. It saves me a lot of time having to make separate videos. Sort of kill two birds with one stone. All right, so we got 40 packs to open, 40 orbs. Now I've been pretty good with pretty lucky with opening packs. Like those 2 Silithar Elders and that 1 Metamorphosis I got in the span of like 5 packs. 2 Silithar Elders and a Metamorphosis. Pretty good. Hey, Firestarter, nice. I think I might already have 3 of these. If I don't, it's awesome because Firestarter is a card that it's like a card for me as a deck builder. The card for deck builders, essentially. Sad thing is I think Songhai is the only one who can get use out of it. But, hey. As a deck builder, I aim to challenge to see if I can build it into something else. Hey, and we got an Onyx Bear Seal. And we got another Macantor Warbeast. So, it looks like we're probably going to be playing Magmar, mostly. We already got so many staples of Magmar. It's insane. So now we have 2 Macantor Warbeasts, which is probably all I would want in most of my decks anyways. 2 is like the magic number. Gives you enough where you'll draw it. You'll have a good chance of drawing it, but still you can experiment with other stuff. Onyx Bear Seal is really good. It's like a good staple in Songhai for playing like control and stuff like that. It's just one of Songhai's best removal spells. So, well, that was a really good pack. Yay, epics. And we got Sword of Mechazor. I think I only have 2 of those, so a 3rd one is nice. Lux Ignis. I think I've been disenchanting all of them because it's not a very good card from what I can see. Giving a range minion the effect of restoring health to all nearby friendly minions. And also you're paying 5 mana for a 2/5. Not very good. I think it would be very fun to try and make like an archery deck. Make a deck where pretty much the majority of your minions are ranged and just try and control the board that way, but I think that would not go over so well. Eggman or Plasma Storm would have a heyday. Alright, got more Magmar. I think I already have 3 Grimrocks though. Mesmerize. I only had 1 Mesmerize. Mesmerize is an interesting card. Playing it, you could probably play it in like a really fast rush deck. Hey, and we got another Cyclone Mask. I have 2 of these now, which is awesome. Darkfire Sacrifice, I think I already have... Yeah, I already have 3 of those. But this is a very fun card. This is one of the cards that makes me want to play Abyssian a lot. Like, apparently they have a deck called Big Abyssian, where you just play Darkfire Sacrifice and like a bunch of big guys. I like Ramp. It's interesting that Abyssian is the type of deck that can play like a Druid in Hearthstone. You can just ramp into big things. I like how there's a variety of classes that have Ramp. Alright, we got our 3rd Emerald Rejuvenator. That's awesome. I only had 2, but I've just been holding off building a 3rd one. I like to have 2 and not make a 3rd one unless I really need it. Just because I know if I'm going to be opening packs down the road, just less chance of it having just duplicates. Hey, double rares. That pack did not have anything useful. Hey, we got Wildfire Ankh. It's one of the staples in Artifact Retruvian, which I don't think I'll play. Oh my gosh, I just not even spot that legendary. Archon Spellbinder, which is like one of the main legendaries I want. It's just a solid neutral card. The fact you're getting a 7/9 body for 6 mana is good enough reason for me to play it, with the addition of just slowing down your opponent's turns or making them awkward. Very good card against Songhai, so I'm really glad at picking that up. Neutral, just solid neutral legendaries is what I'm looking for mainly, and good epics for the classes. Alright, nothing new here. I'm pretty sure I have 3 copies of every single one of these ones already. Maybe not Polarity, but that's not a very good card as it is. We could do some fun things with it though. Hey, we got a 3rd copy of Duelyst, and we got another legendary. Wow. Decimate. Leonar Kingdoms. Now, I think I heard it's pretty terrible, and I would agree. I don't think Decimate's that good. I guess the only way I would play Decimate is if maybe you play Pado, which is another terrible, well, not terrible, but another legendary that most people don't really play. That'd be a pretty interesting combination, actually. Playing like Control Leona and then playing Pado, then you could play Decimate. The problem is Decimate's, it does kill off your minions too, which is sort of sucks. Like if they increased the cost to like 5 and then made it only destroy enemy minions that aren't nearby their general, I think that'd be pretty interesting. This is like a full control card. We only had 2 copies of Duelyst. I'll probably disenchant 1 copy. If I ever make a deck with Duelyst anyways, I wouldn't want 3 of them. 2 rares, an epic, and a legendary. Not bad at all. Now it's 10 orbs in, 2 legendaries, a bunch of good epics. Hey, and we got another copy of Mogwai and another legendary, and it's a good staple legendary in Abyssian. That makes me happy, because I do like Abyssian, and this is like super strong card. I've died to this card so many times. Not very fun. And we got Mogwai. Mogwai I've been looking to play around with as well, in really fast decks. Having that card draw is nice. And we already have another copy of it too. Mobius, wow, and another legendary. 2 legendaries, or was that 3 legendaries in a row? Might be 2 or 3, don't even remember. But it's Murkblood Devourer. So I actually have a copy of this already, but people, from what I've been reading, people wanted, or there's a disenchanting guide out there. It says to disenchant Murkblood Devourer and just craft Lock instead. But I mean, now that I have already 2 Murkblood Devourers, I mean, I liked Murkblood because it's just, if it stays around, you can just keep playing stuff around it, and if you can protect it, and it doesn't die to as much. Lady Lock is better for just a huge swinging board, but Murkblood I think has just a little bit more staying power, because Lady Lock is only for the turn that you play her, I believe. But yeah, this was a really good pack. Wow, we are off to a very good start. I think we've got, what, 4 legendaries? 3 or 4 legendaries, I think, in the first 12 orbs, which actually goes along with what people are saying. It's about 1 in 4 you get a legendary. And we got some really good epics that I'm really happy with. What sort of rarity do these legendaries have? What do you mean, Luke? Like, how often do you get them? If you're asking how often do you get them, you're supposedly get 1 legendary per 4 packs. Yeah. In terms of each one having a certain rarity, that's not how it works. It's just sort of these colored crystals, they denote rarity. The white's common. It's just like in Hearthstone. White's common, blue's rare, purple is epic, and orange is legendary. Yeah, we're off to a good start. Hey, and we got another staple artifact, one that I was looking for in Abyssian. So we may be able to play a lot of Abyssian too. The less I have to use my spirit for, the better. Another sort of Mechazor. I think now we have duplicates of that. Sorn Avenger I want to play around with. I don't know if it's good or not, but I feel like it's one of those cards where if your opponent doesn't deal with it, it's like you can just sort of take over the game. Like even in like Magmar would be pretty interesting. Or any class where you have artifacts that you sort of want to just hit face with. That's something to try out. Yeah, how often you're supposed to get one? You're supposed to get a legendary, supposedly 1 in every 4 packs. Of course, there's variants and stuff like that. You know, a lot of people sometimes go packs without seeing a legendary, but just from what people have gathered from stats and stuff like that, is approximately 1 legendary every 4 packs. Which is nice. I'm not sure about legendaries. I think it's every. I'm not sure about legendaries, or epics. Sorry. So far, this is going really well. And we got our 3rd and last copy, another legendary, of Coldbiter. So we could definitely experiment with Vanar Control. That would be a very interesting one. I've heard people playing around with it, but I've heard it's not that great. And we got 2 epics. We got another Grail Master. I think I have 1 of these, so getting a second one is pretty interesting. I'm not sure if I would play it, I heard it's pretty bad, but I think you could, in a very slow deck, I think in like Control Vitruvian or something like that, you could some pretty good value out of this card. Again, it's one of those cards where if it sticks around, you can like win the game off of it, I think. Artifact Hunter, I think I might have disenchanted those ones that I had. I only think I only had one other one, but I heard Artifact Hunter is not good. That's what I heard. I don't know. And another legendary. Look at that. And we got Leonar's legendary, Grandmaster Zir. So this one I don't really like. I'll probably disenchant this one. It's not very good. Yeah. It's like Jiraxis in Hearthstone, but it's not good. The idea of it I really, really like. I like the idea of having just like a minion take over your position, but it just dies too easy, and it's like, well, if you're in a position that you die anyways, well, Grandmaster Zir is probably not gonna do much for you. Maybe buy you a turn. That's it. That's it. Haven't really got anything good for Songhai yet. Yeah, other than the fire starter. Shield Oracle, that's my third copy, so that's nice, filling that out. Flameblood Warlock, I already crafted 3 of those because I was playing around in an aggro deck. It's only a rare though, so it's alright. Unstable Leviathan, and we got another good legendary. Wow, Ancient Grove, Vanar. Provoke. Well, I don't know. Is Ancient Grove good? It looks really good to me. I love, like, it's good because it's just a high impact card. It might be a win more card though, but it is really, really nice and gives you some staying power from board wipes and stuff like that. I mean, just the fact that we're getting a bunch of legendaries is really, really good. I should have actually set up a counter. I didn't expect to get this many legendaries. We got a lot of good ones too, I think. Ones that are playable, at least. Hey, Cicero, good evening, dude. How's it going? So I'm happy about that one. Another legendary. Look at that. 2 legendaries. 2 legendaries. One of them in Magmar. I've seen people play this. It's tough to say if Chrysalis Burst is good. I haven't read up on it. Every time I've played against it, I've usually been able to deal with at least 2 of the eggs, and the other 2 are usually spawned far away that it doesn't really make an impact on the board as much. I mean, I guess you're hoping for that random chance you get a like Silithar Elder egg. Probably why people play it. It is a pretty strong play. I mean, it does just give you 4 things your opponent has to deal with. So playing it just on an empty board, it creates a lot of threats. And if your opponent can't deal with them, you get a lot of tempo the following turn. So, I mean, it doesn't look bad. The fact that in fact, it's a legendary I don't have. It's fine with me. And we got a Vitruvian legendary. We got Osirix, an 8/6 with 8/6 for 7, flying, dying wish. Equip 2 random artifacts from your deck onto your general. I don't like it. I don't know if people play this one. I don't think people play this one, do they? The only way I could see people playing this one, I think, is if you have like an artifact combo deck, maybe. If that's even possible. I don't know. It's a legendary. I'm happy. 2 legendaries in 1 pack. It's always a good sign. Hey, awesome to hear, Cicero. It's good to see you, dude. Good to see ya. Alright. Slowing down a little bit. That's fine. I didn't need any of these cards. Those are all duplicates, I believe. That's fine. Can't win them all. Flash Reincarnation's good. That's a staple in a lot of Magmar decks. Control Magmar. Getting a lot of Darkfire Sacrifices, I think. And another legendary. We're back on track. Aegis Barrier. So this is the one I was talking about. That's not very good. I'll probably disenchant it. Like I don't see any way I would play this card. Because as a deck builder, I like very synergistic cards. And like while it does target a friendly minion, it doesn't like create synergy really. It's just like, okay, well, create a big dude, cast Aegis Barrier on the big dude. Hopefully your opponent doesn't have board control to deal with it, and maybe you can win the game. Pretty much all the card says to me. I don't know. Maybe there is a deck for it out there, but from what I can see, I probably won't play it. Legendary, though. Hey, awesome. I wanted another copy of Cyvrel the Exile because this is a card that I think is pretty interesting. I think making a range control deck is like where you could play this card because it allows you to, you know, because you could play, let's say, play Magmar, or let's you play someone who has easy ways to deal with minions when they're close to them. Even Vanar, for example, like has a pretty good artifact that gives you like +3 attack. So getting 5 attack, you can deal with a lot of stuff. And fill your deck with healing so you don't die from just trading, and you could really control the board. Because I don't know, it doesn't die very easily, and you know you can ping off small things, and also if you just stay by it, you can just, or even just leave a big minion by Cyvrel, you could control the board that way. It's a pretty interesting card. I'm not saying I think it's great, but I think you could put it in some very fun decks. And we got a third copy of Kujata. I'm really happy about that because I only had 2 of them, and this is a card that you sort of want 3 of in your deck when you're playing a deck for it. I heard people played an aggro Magmar, so that's pretty fun. Crossbones. I already have one of those. Good tech card against Mechazor. Hey, we got another Wildfire Ankh, and we got Aurora's Tears. So, hinting towards Artifact Vitruvian, it looks like. We only have 1 copy of Aurora's Tears, though, so we would definitely have to craft it. The problem for crafting with Vitruvian is Vitruvian's like one of the most expensive classes to actually make a top-tier deck for, so I will definitely have to do some experimenting with Vitruvian to try and lower that cost a bit. But that's alright, it's a solid card. Windrunner, I don't think I have 3 of those, which is nice, because I definitely want 3 of those. Might have to make a mech deck, too, at some point. Mech decks apparently just are solid. Hey, another Windrunner, look at that. Backpack had a lot of duplicates. Alright, got another Mobius. Alright. I don't think I have 3 Blazing Spines, so that's good. It would definitely be interesting to test out playing, like, Wall Vanar. I guess that would be control Vanar, probably. And another pack with 2 legendaries, and they're both extremely good. Hexblade is one of the best cards for Vitruvian, I think. Yeah, this is a card. I've heard that Hexblade is really, really good. When your general gains +3 attack. Whenever your general damages an enemy minion, its attack becomes 1. You could definitely play it in a control list. Well, is Hexblade good? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different artifact. It looks good to me, though. Yeah, because if you're playing, like, Wildfire Ankh, which we got 2 of, you're going to have ranged, typically, right? But, I mean, the fact that we got another pack with 2 legendaries is good. I like it. And Spectral Revenant is one that I wanted in Abyssian. So that's perfect. Alright, we're coming down to the last 10 packs. We've had a really solid cards. I'm really happy with all of this. This pack is all duplicates. Not great, but you know, duplicates equal spirit. We can finish crafting off anything else we need. Another legendary, Maelstrom, Time Maelstrom. Take an extra turn after this one. I don't know if this card's played. Feels like not great. One of those cards where if you're like in a winning position to just get like really good value out of Maelstrom, I don't know. It's one of those cards where you need board, and if you already have like solid board control, probably already won anyways, or you're already winning. I don't know. It seems like a fun gimmick type thing, but that's all right. I'll have to look up to see what to disenchant, or what's definitely disenchantable. Elucidator, I think I only had 2 of those, so filling out Elucidator is good. Play Aggro Magmar. Another Unstable Leviathan. Mind Warper. Gain a copy of a random spell from your opponent's action bar. That'd be a pretty good one. An Arcanist, too. Arcanist decks would be pretty fun to experiment around with. Hey, Golementologist. Hey, we got a staple Songhai Legendary and a staple neutral epic. Twilight Sorcerer is very, very good. I only had one copy, so it's great to have a second one, because 2 is what I would want in most of my decks anyway, so that's perfect. That is perfect. And 8 gates, we got a staple Songhai Legendary. Our first one, actually, because I don't think we got any other Songhai ones. It's too bad. Songhai Legendaries are like some of the more sought-after ones for me. Hey, but we got 2 Onyx Bear Seals now, so that's good. I got another staple Magmar minion for control. Blazing Spines, I think we filled that out. Crimson Oculus is like a growth minion almost, but for neutral classes. Alright. We're coming up on the last 4 orbs. We get legendaries anymore. We've already got a ton of them. We got a lot of really good epics, which is what I'm happy about. We got a ton of good epics. And multiples of them too. Like Onyx Bear Seal, Wildfire Onk, stuff like that. We got multiples of, which I'm really happy of. And now we have 2 copies of Skywing Glaives. That's perfect. Getting a lot of good cards that I've been wanting to use, but I've only really had 1 copy of and didn't really want to spend the spirit yet. Well, I was for sure committed to it, so it's nice to be able to just get them out of packs. Alright, last pack. Hype. What will we get? All legendaries. I wonder what the chances of that would be. Alright. I am perfectly happy with that. I have 2 copies of Zenrui, so we filled out a full set of Zenrui, which is amazing. Now I can really play Vitruvian Control. And we got an Aspect of the Drake, which is an epic for Vanar I really wanted to use. It's really, really strong, I think. I think Aspect of the Drake, a lot of the aspects for Vanar are really, really good, I think. Oh, it's hard to say why Vanar is struggling. I see a lot of their cards, and I think they're really, really good, but maybe it's just because other classes are just better. It's not that Vanar really sucks. It's just that other classes are much better. So let's sort of do a recap, because that was amazing, an amazing opening. Can you like combine search words? No. All right, so let's count up how many legendaries we actually got, because I think we got a lot. So we got 3 in Leonar. We got 1 copy of Aegis Barrier, 1 Decimate, 1 Grandmaster Zir. All terrible, I think. So honestly, I probably will end up just disenchanting all these. Maybe not Aegis Barrier, just because we could probably do some gimmicky things for like just buffing a guy with Divine Bond and just slapping on Aegis Barrier and hoping he lives, and just kill them the following turn. Probably not. And maybe actually no, I'll probably disenchant Aegis Barrier over Decimate. I'll probably leave the copy of Decimate just because in a like a control Leonar list, I think you could probably play this. We got 3. We got no more Tuskboar, sadly, but we did pick up an 8 gates, which is still a really, really solid card for Songhai, so I'm perfectly fine with that. So it's 4. We got 1 copy of Hexblade, Ozarix, and a Time Maelstrom. Time Maelstrom and Ozarix, I could see myself disenchanting. Hexblade's good, though, for an artifact Vitruvian deck. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these 2 I'm really happy with. Deathfire Crescendo and Spectral Revenant are just some of the best cards in Abyssian, so I'm glad I got a copy of those. 3, 4, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Got 15 legendaries in 40 packs. I would say it's an excellent turnout. That's a really solid turnout, actually. And for Magmar, we got a Chrysalis Burst. For Vanar, we filled out our full set of Coldbiter, and we got an Ancient Grove. So I could definitely see myself playing Vanar. And for neutrals, we got another copy of Merkblood Devourer. I'm really happy about that. We filled out our set of Zenrui, which is amazing, and we got a really solid, just a neutral legendary Archon Spellbinder, and it's an Arcanist too. So in an Arcanist deck, you can actually play it. Pato, here's the card I was talking about.